Hello, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Let's Chat About Aging in Your Community. It's brought to you by CHATS, Community and Home Assistance to Seniors. And while we are a regional organization that provides support to older adults and their caregivers in York Region and South Simcoe, the topics that we address on this program really are national in scope and also introduce some issues that affect older adults across the globe. So we hope that you're going to enjoy our program today, which will focus on volunteers. We often at Chats say that the volunteers are the heart of what we do at Chats, and without their support, we wouldn't be able to deliver the services as broadly and effectively as we do. And in fact, I have some statistics I'd like to share with you with respect to the volunteers at Chats. We have a total of 305 volunteers providing services with a total number of 22,830 hours that are graciously given by our volunteers in terms of the time that they give to us. That's the equivalent of about 12 full-time staff members that we'd have to have on staff in order to be able to fulfill the kinds of activities and services that our volunteers give us. That represents a financial value of approximately $600,000. So, as I said, we refer to our volunteers as the heart and soul of Chats and are so grateful to the time and commitment that they give to our organization and to our clients. And hopefully we'll find that our volunteers are also getting some value back from the time that they give to us. What we're going to do today is actually talk to two of our volunteers who have been with Chats for quite some time now and get some perspective from them on why they volunteer for Chats, how it benefits them, and some other things that could potentially inspire other people to consider Chats when they're looking for something to volunteer their time with. Our first guest is Wai Yeung, who has been part of the Chats community since 2001. He first began his journey as a member of the board of directors, and in fact, Wai and I spent some time on the board of Chats together. He contributed his leadership and perspective at that organizational level. But after his time on the board, Wai transitioned into more of a hands-on role as a transportation volunteer, where he continues to give back in a direct and personal way. His journey reflects a deep commitment to service, from governance to frontline support, and a genuine dedication to the people and community that Chat serves. So I'm going to now welcome Wai to the program, and let's have a conversation about your experience in volunteering. So you
Okay.
started with in 2001, so that's 25 years ago.
Yes. I heard of chats because my mother-in-law at that time was transitioning from hospital to long-term care, and I wasn't sure how chats was part of that her transfer. But that was the first time I heard of chats. I was and something about what chats was trying to do in York region for seniors opened my eyes, and that's so that opportunity came up to join the board, and it was a completely new world opening to me. I didn't know all about all this governance and dealing with the government, with the government and funding and volunteers and program, all these things. Uh, uh,
Yeah, so you had a bit of a trial by fire to try and
yes,
understand
yes.
all of that. And if I might say, you were barely a senior yourself at that time.
Yes, yes, I was uh 2001. I'll be close to I'll be 60 then, right? Yeah. Or maybe not quite, but yeah. Yeah. Right now
Yeah.
I'm 81, So my math had to go back.
But you stuck with it for over 25 years.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
So how has your perspective on aging changed over that time, especially being a volunteer who works with older adults?
Um, yeah, I found that I'm beginning to realize that the seniors face a lot of challenges, and so I was really glad that another volunteer encouraged me to to try hands-on, right? To actually to after I left the with the governance with the board, and then I joined some of the committees at head office. But yeah, he said he was in transportation and he really enjoyed it, like much beyond his own expectation. So I thought, okay, I would give it a try. I was wondering, what that would mean working with seniors who may who may need, he may have mobility issues and all the other stuff. Yeah, yeah. Mm.
So what is it like when you're driving your clients around? Describe sort of a typical trip to us.
Yeah. So I would pick pick her up. I would make the uh, I would call the night before to confirm the drive, and usually chats my coordinator would tell me what to expect. Some notes about if she would be accompanied by a family member, she had mobility issues, and so on. So so I would confirm the drive the night before. I would make sure that I get to her place uh, early in on time, and I check the traffic. So I make sure that I get the client to the to her appointment and not be late. Yeah, and yeah, so I had I I didn't know what to expect initially, but then yeah, I found that it was really very rewarding personally. I thought it was just driving a stranger, but it was a lot more than that. Yeah. And I come to expect, I come to understand how much some of these seniors needed uh, transportation. Many of them live alone, uh, and so so being able to go out sometimes for a medical appointment, sometimes just do shopping. Things that I myself have taken for granted. If I need to
Mhm.
go shopping, I just go, right? Uh, uh, but these folks really need to depend so much on my ability to be at her place on time and drive her to whatever she needed to do, and then pick her up and bring her home. Uh, so
Do you always drive the
mm,
same client, or do you have different clients that you're driving?
it's very flexible. I so I ended up having a few regular clients because they happen to live close by and they also have a fixed schedule. I set up my own schedule, so I drive Tuesdays and Fridays. And so it turned out over these 10, 11 years driving, I ended up having maybe half a dozen regular clients. Uh, and so that helps because they know me and I know them. Right? and some of the things I could see that uh, the the clients sometimes had a lot of anxiety as a senior, not sure not sure if I would show up, not sure if I would show up on time, not sure if they could recognize me because and so even some of the things that I myself would take for granted, I say, okay, I drive a Master and it's a dark gray color. And most of my clients have no idea what my car will look like, right? Uh, so, so even that, I could sense their level of anxiety. They wonder if they could recognize me. Was it, and whether I would be able to get there on time, whether I'll be able to pick them back up. Yeah.
What are some of the things as you have been involved with chats as a volunteer for a long period of time?
Mm.
What are some of the things that you're noticing in terms of any changes in the way in which people are choosing to age in their community?
Um, because I'm a senior myself, I begin to really appreciate the the need and the uh, what seniors face themselves as they go through. Uh, they will start uh, living by themselves, or as a couple, and then I have a handful of clients that have gone through losing their spouse
Mhm.
through my 10 years, and so their struggle with having to deal with things that that to me I would have taken for granted. Uh, just just dealing with paying bills, going to the bank, even going to the supermarket, picking up my groceries. Right? Uh, I could sense that a lot of these clients, these were so much reasons for their anxiety. Uh, and so so to me, it's a journey of really getting to know what what this senior crisis is. Uh, that that they are limited in the mobility and other things, but they're not ready to go into a long-term care, or
Mhm.
they don't want
Mhm.
to, or they probably, you know, that's not that's not what they would be like. So so I could see the uh, what the government and what the society have to wrestle with. This is a very real issues with a lot of us, and a lot of us are getting old, and it's going to happen to me soon, right? So it doesn't take much for me to end up as a client, and it's
But
very
what does
real,
keep
very
you
personal.
resilient in your aging journey?
Hmm. What was that again?
What keeps you resilient in your aging journey?
I think I wanted to be active and in a sense of giving back, and so perhaps 1 hour of my time to take a client. Uh, but to me is rewarding. I feel good. I feel that I'm able to contribute. I think that means a lot to me. That keeps uh, my well-being. I believe. Yeah, and so I enjoyed it. I look forward to to my Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Fridays. and whether I get a regular client or a new client. Yeah. And it also helps me to understand that it doesn't take me to, like, it's not very costly for me to be able to help somebody, and that amount means a lot to the other person. For me, it's just an hour driving. uh, like this morning, I drove one of my, basically my neighbor. She lives maybe less than 5 minutes from my place, and
Mm-hmm.
all she needs to do is every Tuesday morning she would need to go to the bank, to Shoppers, and to and the supermarket, and 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 that's it. So usually it takes about 45 minutes on my time. I pick her up at 10 o'clock, take her back home before 11. uh, but I could see how much that means to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it's very rewarding. I think, so as long as I can do it, I'm able to do it. Uh, there's nothing compared to other things that I do. Yeah.
Yeah. What advice would you give to a younger person who is perhaps at a point in their lives where they're starting to think
Mm.
about maybe retiring and whether volunteering is worth their time?
Um, uh, well, personally, I realized that well, let me say this, that apart from chats, I have been volunteering. I mean, I volunteer at the Toronto Botanical Garden. I also volunteer uh, at my church. I also volunteer uh, in other capacities, and I found that in this way, giving back is enriching.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, enriching to me. Yeah, and that's why I keep doing it as long as I'm able to. Yeah, and it doesn't cost me very much, but the reward I'm getting is keeps me healthy. In fact, I think I gain a lot more through through especially through the time that I retire from my work, uh, and it also give me some kind of a structure for my retirement. So I know I have a schedule. I know that
Mm-hmm.
the time I put in uh, helps other people, and and the reward I get too, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of gratitude that I got from some of my clients was just overwhelming. Uh, like one of my clients passed away, and out of the blue, his family, I got an invitation to attend the funeral, kind of a memorial service, the memorial. And then when I got there, I realized I was the only one outside the immediate family,
Oh.
uh, and it was, yeah. So I was very touched, and they told me that over these years, the fact that I was driving their their father to these medical appointments meant a lot to them. That they didn't have to worry
Mm-hmm.
about getting, making all these arrangements. And I thought it was just, just volunteering, right? Uh, so some of these moments are just so special. Uh, uh, So I think all these surprises and positive feedback, I think it's just not something money can buy. I think.
That's very true.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and it goes beyond just sort of the appreciation that somebody is taking them somewhere
yeah,
to actually building a relationship
yeah,
with
yeah,
the volunteer and the volunteer with the client.
yeah,
You know, somebody that they know, that is trusted, that they can have a conversation with,
yes,
and talk about their family or talk about
yeah,
their hobbies or whatever is important to them, and have
yeah, yeah.
somebody actually listen, take the time.
Yes, yes, yes. The my clients also need friends.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So it's very meaningful. Very, very. I would recommend like, that you did it to get involved. Give back.
Yes. Yeah. And I think, as our volunteers are aging, that social engagement is just as beneficial,
Yes.
I think, is what you're saying,
Yeah.
sort of from a sort of mental health perspective,
Yeah.
as well as just that sense of having that sense of purpose
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
continues to keep you active, keep you out in your community, and
Yes.
feeling
Yes.
that you are giving something, but in return you're getting.
A lot more.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
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 Well, as you've heard many times, and I see you at least once a year at the volunteer appreciation luncheon that we
Yeah.
enjoy so much.
Yeah.
Um, we have a number of clients, or sorry, of volunteers who, like yourself, have been with Chats for 25
Yeah. Yeah.
years, 20 years, 10
Mm.
years, and they keep coming back. I'd like to talk a little bit about COVID, as much as
Mm.
we're sort of glad that we've pretty much seen
Mm.
um, that time over with, but it did have an impact on our volunteers,
Yeah.
because many of our in-person programs, like driving, and other areas where we have volunteers working with clients in
Mm.
person, had to stop.
Mm.
And we've had some challenge, convincing people to come back. What were some of the factors that made you sort of jump right back into volunteering?
In fact, I never stopped.
Oh.
Even during COVID, there was one client. This particular my neighbor. Basically, she while during COVID, her husband was was at home, and he was paralyzed, and she was in a really, really very difficult situation, and she had to manage getting home support workers from through through chats to help with her husband, and so her schedule and was just overwhelming, and so I think she maybe she talked to one of your staff for some special arrangement or whatever. Yeah. And she needed to go and get groceries. She needed to go to do banking. And and she was really, really struggling. So as a neighbor and also as a volunteer, uh, like I would say, okay, like we put masks on, and the drive was only 5 minutes, literally. I pick her up, put her, leave her at the little shopping mall. There's a no frills, there's a shoppers in the bank, and and she said, I really need this, uh, like like there's no other way. And I said,
Mhm.
sure, like if we take our precautions, we should be able to be, to go on. So I never really stopped, but but COVID did change a lot of our social fabric as well, right? We're still
It
talking
did.
about it now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's so
It,
sad.
it, yeah.
Yeah, but I would think, I don't know, but just maybe getting. I mean, the irony is that the COVID hasn't gone away. COVID is still around.
It's still here.
Yeah,
True.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it
So
is. But we have definitely opened ourselves
yeah,
back up
yeah, yeah,
to that, the personal
yeah,
interactions and
mm,
so forth
yeah, yeah.
that we were forced to stop. And as you said, it had a dramatic impact
Yes, it is.
on our volunteer
Yeah,
base. Um, I think for some individuals, that break away from volunteering kind of also somehow broke that connection
yeah,
to wanting to continue to volunteer. So we're now
mm,
actively looking at ways for us to recruit new people,
yeah,
to
yeah,
convince new people that this volunteer activity is something that they'll find gratifying. What
yeah.
kind of advice would you give to chats to have us go out and recruit new volunteers?
uh, I think you guys are doing quite well. Like I've seen, I noticed there's a lot more outreach. There's a lot of presence in the like YouTube and all the other stuff. Yeah, yeah. I think, I don't know, like how to encourage the next crop of of the next generation of young seniors to be involved, but also maybe some of the younger people, like you can still volunteer all through your life, right? Even though you have an employment and a family, you can still do some volunteering. Get involved, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
Mm.
we shouldn't just think of volunteering as a retirement
As a
activity
retirement,
because
yeah,
you're
yeah,
trying to fill in
yeah,
time that you maybe didn't have before, but it
yeah, yeah,
can be a lifelong um, activity that's gratifying, that
yeah,
will give
yeah, yeah,
you a lot of um, benefits and
yeah,
gratification.
yeah,
That
yeah,
sense of getting back
yeah,
for the
yeah.
giving that you do.
And there's a lot of personal growth as well, right? That you gain through volunteering, through seeing other people, going out of your way, making time for somebody else. Right? And I think there's a lot of personal growth as well. That I think I would not uh, gain if not for volunteering. Uh, yeah, but it's true. I mean, I have a hard time even convincing my friends who are also seniors to say, okay, give, join me in volunteering, and they all have all these excuses as well. Yeah. So yeah, that's that's very uh, rewarding thing to do all through your life, but especially as seniors.
Yeah, yeah. As we said, it's that social engagement, avoiding isolation, that
Yeah,
is absolutely crucial
yeah,
to your sense of well-being,
yeah,
both physically as well as mentally.
yeah,
And I think too often we undervalue
Mm.
that contribution of volunteers.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
certainly we hope Chats doesn't undervalue it, but I think just sometimes from a societal standpoint, we
Mm.
overlook just the amount of contribution that is
Yeah,
made every day by people who are volunteering their times, whether it's for seniors or children or
yeah, yeah,
animals or
yeah,
the environment,
yeah,
whatever. Volunteering is just such a crucial part of
yeah, yeah,
our being, I think, our well-being.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Wei, I can't believe that we've already used up our time.
Oh, yeah,
It's gone
yeah,
very fast.
yeah.
And I do want to thank you. As I said
Yes.
at the beginning of this episode,
Mm.
we worked together on the board at Chats for a
Yeah.
while, and that's where I first got to know you, and
Yes, yes, yeah.
and was just delighted that you were willing to contribute or continue to contribute as a volunteer driver
Mm.
over the past 10, 11 years. And I hope that we keep seeing each other for the next 10
Yeah,
years.
yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for what
Okay.
you do for Chats. You
Okay.
are
Thank you. Yeah.
appreciated. You are
Yeah.
valued.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, well, that concludes our episode today. I hope that you found it as interesting as I did, and just so heartwarming to hear directly from one of our longtime volunteers about what it's like to see the clients every week and to know that they are making a difference in the lives of the people that they're serving. So again, I want to thank you for joining us, and I hope that you'll join us for our next episode where we will talk about aging in your community. Bye.